In the meantime, we have our next guest here already. It is David Alexander from Brainstorm Multimedia. Thank
Hello.
you, David, for coming on.
Pleasure, thank you.
I've said this to everybody, I've asked this of them. Could you tell us first a little bit more about Brainstorm?
Right, yes. First of all, I'm the commercial director of Brainstorm. Brainstorm Multimedia is a Spanish-based company, and we're focused in various areas of the broadcast market, which is virtual studios, on-air graphics. We provide production services, so turnkey election projects, for example, and we're also an OEM supplier.
Brilliant. Now, you mentioned virtual sets. It's always something I found fascinating, and it can be done really badly. And I have to say, I've looked at your demonstrations, and you do it exceptionally well.
Thank you.
How are virtual sets still being used these days? Is things moving forward in virtual sets technology these days?
Yes, virtual sets have been around for a little while, and so has Brainstorm in that field since, in fact, since '93. So we have quite a long pedigree of experience within this field. There are the very sophisticated multi-tracked camera systems, which, for example, we have them installed at companies such as CNBC, ESPN, and other major broadcasters around the world. But they are limited in terms of the fact that they have a high cost, and I'm referring to other companies also who supply these. But perhaps one of the most limiting factors is the ability to maintain and operate them.
Right.
You maintain the calibration, ensure that everything is operationally functional all the time. You have to have very qualified people. So, although we're still very much in that marketplace, we now have the Easy Set, and as the name implies, easy, it's relatively simple to both install, operate, and maintain. So basically what the Easy Set is, it's a virtual studio creation application and playout, which we have on the main theatre of our stand, which is over in Hall 2, front of Hall 2. And then not only do we have the virtual studio, but we also, in order to increase the visual impact of the virtual studio, we bring in on-air graphics and 3D elements and so on. So that enhances the whole look. Virtual studios of that type, there's an increasingly growing market for it. Okay? Largely, as I mentioned, their funds are lower, of course, investments are lower, and also the operational staff don't necessarily have the skills that I mentioned are required for the multi-camera tracking systems there. So that's one of our major focuses. And in that field, there are some very significant developments coming along. These systems are typically trackless, right? And therefore you don't have the calibration and tracking issues there. But that also means that there are limitations, such as the presenter can't move around the set. Sure. So Brainstorm's actually working on some new developments which we believe will revolutionize the trackless, in inverted commas, because that we may be finding an area between a fully tracked system and a trackless.
Right.
So we're exploring various opportunities in that field now. I did also mention that we have, you bring in on-air graphics, and one of our major developments is with the well-known brand Aston, which is a member of our product range. The Aston itself was purchased from a company called Softel 3 years back, and the Aston has the Brainstorm engine in it. Which is the eStudio, which is that's our core render engine, which fits inside of all our products. It's also regarded as perhaps one of the most powerful in the marketplace, and extremely flexible as well, both in terms of its operational capability and its integration. And that's again the core of our OEM business. In an OEM business, for example, Avid, their Avid Motion Graphics, that's the core engine inside there of Brainstorm. 4A also, AccuWeather, and there are a number of other companies there.
And it is amazing to look at when you see what it can do and what it's doing in real time as well. I mean, when you look at the virtual sets and you think, hold a second, this is actually doing everything you're seeing here in real time.
Correct. Real time is the key to it all, really. And we've been able to do real time, resolution independent virtual sets and on-air graphics for many, many years, where we actually find that we're limited in the hardware. And as the hardware develops, there are more things which we can do.
Yes.
So our partnerships are very, very important to us. And so with NVIDIA, for example, for HP, Blackmagic, and other companies of that nature, we have a very close and a relationship where we're developing together with their new products as they come out there.
So as far as something like the Aston 3D, obviously we're looking at a software solution, but that's tied obviously with the correct hardware.
That's right.
When people come to you and they're looking for a solution, do you provide the hardware as well, or is it a collaborative thing with them?
Well, we're a software company. So we have clients who come and ask for a complete turnkey. In other words, they want the hardware, the software, the training, the installation. We also design, in the case of virtual sets or templates, we have our production services division where we can build those sets, we can build graphics and templates for clients. And actually, but clients, larger clients, if they want to source the hardware, we give them the specifications, they can source it. We're very open in that respect there. And really with the Aston 3D, I should mention that represents the first of a new generation of products.
Right.
It's what we call our version 13. And that's going to be spread across all the products which we have. So for example, we have the on-demand, which is our sophisticated play-out application. We have Brain News, which is graphics within a news environment. So we interface into iNews from Avid or the MPS or Octopus and so on there, Harris and such like. So those partnerships and those integrations are very important for our business. So that we can put our products seamlessly within the workflow from the ingest out through to the transmission side there.
Brilliant. Now I did notice here on my little notes that you've opened up in the US.
We have done
a little bit about that.
That's right. Yes, we're although as I say we're a Spanish company, probably 95% of our business is international. From Japan, where we partner with Foray, who actually has a participation in our company, and we have something like 90% of the Japanese market there, all the way through to, of course, the States. And that's why we've opened up an office there, because we see tremendous opportunities there, both in our traditional marketplaces. I mentioned ESPN, CNBC, but with Reuters, NASDAQ, and other such companies at that top end of the marketplace. We, with new products coming along, new price points, simplicity of operation, as I mentioned, we're also moving into other sectors of the marketplace. In the States, they talk about the CLS, the call letter station. They talk about the O&O, which is the owned and operated organizations from the majors. But there's other markets such as the mega church markets there, Fortune 500, and so on. So there's many sectors where we will be targeting those. So we're attending a number of different shows which are focused in those areas there. So while we continue to do what we've always done, we're also growing our business, broadening the marketplace and the sectors within the market. And Brainstorm US Inc. is the first of perhaps other subsidiaries we might set up.
Brilliant, David, thank you. Now, if people want to come and see you here at the show, we've still got a few more days left of the show. Where can they find you?
Well, we're right at the front of Hall 2. Just come into Hall 2, you'll see us at it's Hall 259.
Brilliant. And if they want to find you on the web, you have a website, which is?
We, of course, have a website, which is brainstorm.es.
Brilliant. David, thank you very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
If you are getting to IBC over the next few days, definitely go and have a look. It is an amazing demonstration that they've got there of a virtual set that just moves around and it's got this one static camera. It's amazing. And of course, if you can't get there, have a look on their website, which is brainstorm.es.